What's up, my friends? My name is Green-Ellis, your personal mentor. Today, I'm going to talk about the power of building strong relationships, especially as it pertains to establishing legacy. A lot of times, especially as young men, we want everything right now, how we want it, when we want it. We want everything fast, but the truth is, everything that you attain fast can easily leave you just as fast. My name is Green-Ellis, your personal mentor. Welcome to the Legacy Lab. What's up, my friends? Welcome back again. If you didn't already know, my name is Jordan Green-Ellis, your personal mentor. If you're new, I want you to grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, hit subscribe, and get ready to take some notes. Drop your questions in the comment section if you have one that's getting to you. I'll do my best to answer and give you a roadmap for the rest of your life. If you're returning, you already know what time it is. Let's get into it. Question is this week, what's one relationship that you've built that completely changed the direction of your life or your career? How did you build that connection? How did that connection come about? Here we go. The connection that I made with a guy named, I actually leave his name out just because I know how he likes to stay behind the scenes. But number one, I'll say that me connecting with him has significantly impacted my career, but it didn't start that way. It started off as me taking the risk to do some work for free. But backtrack again, over 10 years ago, I met this guy named Keith L. Brown at a student leadership conference that he spoke at when I was a student leader at Coppin State University. I met him there, introduced myself, and we reconnected. Some months later, I brought him to my school, and then some years later, when I became a full-blown adult, graduated from college, married, and all that stuff, and I told him I wanted to be a speaker. He coached me, right? And there was one day that he had an opportunity with one of his connections to speak on a stage, and so I volunteered my time. And the guy who I volunteered my time for, which is the relationship that I mentioned that heavily impacted my life and my career. I did some free work for him, some volunteer work for him on that stage, and he really I guess took to me. And so later on down the line, he had another opportunity, and it was kind of crunch time. It was a little bit last minute, and I made myself available for it, and I came on. And I did my thing and I crushed it. And that turned into 5 years of consecutive government contracts, speaking and doing what I most love to do, speaking and mentoring. And so those free seed sowing opportunities where I literally, like, I got the second time that I got the emergency call, if you will, I got the call. It was probably 8:30 in the morning. And I said, the call was like, hey, can you be ready to present at 9? I was like, yes. I already was ready. Okay. Was I planning for it? Obviously not. Right. But these are the types of things that you will sometimes have to endure. Now, here's the opposite end of it. Right. A lot of times people will see gifted and talented young people like yourself, and they will take advantage of them. Here's how you know if you are being taken advantage of. If there is a consistent call for what you can do without seeing any sort of reciprocation. Now, reciprocation sometimes takes time, all right? Reciprocation sometimes takes time, but you should see growth, okay? I don't know if I shared this on the channel, but I am a gardener, quasi farmer, if you will. And in order for an apple to be produced on an apple tree, it's going to take probably a decade or close to it. But all the while, you'll see the tree growing. I actually started an apple tree. It's only about this big, right? But I'm seeing the growth. I'm seeing something coming. And you should see some sort of growth coming from whatever opportunity that was presented for you, especially if you're doing it voluntarily, so that you know you're not being taken advantage of. You also don't have to make yourself available. But as a legacy labber, I want you to be very well aware to the fact that you're going to have to put your time in. Okay? You're going to have to get some skin in the game. Like, I don't care what social media is saying. It don't happen quick, fast, and in a hurry. And in fact, you don't want it that way. You want the slow grind. I told you that those opportunities 5 years ago at this point turned into 5 years of consecutive opportunities. tens of thousands of dollars. Um, and the truth is, that was probably, I won't say one of my first shots, but definitely in the beginning stages, like when I really, really was going full time in entrepreneurship. And it was groundbreaking. But here's the thing, I didn't know that it was groundbreaking then. It just felt like, honestly, not much. I was just hungry, still am, hungry for opportunities. Um, and so it turned out. How do you know if you're being taken advantage of? If you are constantly being asked to pour without anything being poured back into you. You should begin to see growth. That apple tree that's producing apples has been growing for at least a decade, right? The roots have grown deep. The trunk of the tree is solid, right? Or the branch, the main branch of the tree is solid. And you see leaves, you see things growing, even though there is no fruit just yet. You see things growing. Hope this makes sense. I know it's a little allegorical, and it's a little metaphorical, but put your thinking cap on. I think that you'll understand me. Understand that all in all, you're going to have to, um, put some time in. You got to get some skin in the game, in the school of life, in the game of life. There are no handouts. Anything that's handed to you is easily, or even more easily, taken away. When you earn it, it's yours, and no one can take that from you. So I want to encourage you to invest in making sacrifices like that, even when it's inconvenient, because whenever you plant the seed, there's only one thing that happens, y'all. It grows. I sincerely hope that you've learned something. I know it's a quick episode. I've got a dope episode planned for you guys next week, especially if you were like me when you're young, or when I was younger. Specifically, like when I was in college, I used to rock this suit jacket that like got a lot of people's attention, but they didn't know how I got it. So I'm going to teach you how to get interview ready, how to dress to impress, but on a budget, okay? When I was in college, I couldn't afford books, y'all. I literally borrowed books and rented them from the library. And when I say rented, I don't mean I paid to rent them. I mean like I checked them joints out, okay? I bought one book in college because I couldn't afford it. But now I write books for college students, okay? There's always a way to get something done. You just got to be a little bit more resourceful. So next week, we're going to talk about how to dress to impress, but on a budget. My name is Jordan Green-Ellis, your personal mentor. Understand that you have immense potential on the inside of you. The question is how you respond. How will you respond to the challenges that come in front of you? Don't stay with that potential. Pour it out. My job is to help you get there. So tune in every single week for a brand new episode of the Legacy Lab. Again, I'm Jordan Green-Ellis, your personal mentor. I'm signing out, but you already know. I'll see you soon. Stay legendary.